Hey folks, today we're going to talk about naming molecules, covalent compounds. These are the easiest ones to name so long as you know what your prefixes are. All right, so let's just go through these. You have a couple of rules to worry about. You have to make sure that when you're naming, the first word has a prefix. P-R-E, that's not right. P-R-E-F-I-X has a prefix if it is not 1. And the second word, and this is critical, always has a prefix. Always, always, always. That's one way that you can tell it's a covalent compound if you look at the name. Alright, so we'll talk about that later. But let's look at this one. This is going to be 2 nitrogens. So that's di-nitrogen. Then the first word always keeps its name. And the second word always ends in IDE. So this is 5. So that's going to be penta, like the pentagon. And that's oxygen, so it ends in IDE, so it's oxide. Right? Now look at the next one. Would you call that monocarbon dioxygen? No. You'd call it carbon dioxide. You know exactly what it's named. So you've just demonstrated your own rules to you. You don't put a prefix in front of the carbon because there's only one of them. Right? So it's just carbon, and it keeps its name. And the second one has a prefix. In this case, because there are 2 oxygens, it's going to be di. And it's going to be dioxide, not dioxygen. All right? So let's use that thought and continue. Here we have 2 carbons, so it's dicarbon tetraoxide. So dicarbon tetraoxide. 4 is tetraphosphorus. 10 is decaoxide. So tetraphosphorus decaoxide. This is carbon with 4 iodines, so it's carbon tetraiodide. Not iodine, but iodide. Right, notice they're all ending in IDE. The last word is always ending in IDE. Number 6, carbon with 4 chlorines is going to be carbon tetrachloride. Okay, yes, I realize number 7 is water. I also realize you can name it as an acid, but how would you name it as a covalent compound? Well, you've got 2 hydrogens, so that's dihydrogen, and you've got 1 oxygen. So it's mono. You've got to put mono out there before the second word. You always have to have a prefix. So it's going to be dihydrogen monoxide. Right, how about the next one? Boron with 3 fluorines, boron trifluoride. Nitrogen monoxide, only 1, nitrogen monoxide. And then dinitrogen. 5, what's 5? Good, it's penta. 5 pentahydride. Again, it's just going to end in IDE, so it's dinitrogen pentahydride. All right, so what are these going to be? I'll actually write these out. All right, this is carbon. How many? Just 1, because there's no prefix. Carbon with bromine, and it says tetra, so that's 4. So it's CBr4. How about sulfur? Fluorine, how many? Well, hexa means 6, so it's SF6. Selenium. You're going to have to look up selenium. Selenium is right below sulfur, right? So that's Se, and it says disulfide, so it's going to be 2 of them. Arsenic, As. Triiodide, that's iodine with 3 of them. How about silicon? Silicon, tetrasilicon. Good, skip. Silicon, tetrabromide, Br, and there are 4 of them. Okay. Let's try these. Nitrogen. Nitrogen triiodide. Iodine is I with 3 of them. Selenium, Se, penta, fluoride, so that's F with 4. Sulfur, dioxide, sulfur with 2 oxygens. Carbon monoxide, carbon with 1 oxygen. And dinitrogen, that's N2, trioxide. O, 3 of them. Dinitrogen trioxide. Okay? Covalent compounds are really, really easy because they tell you exactly what to write. You don't have to worry about balancing charges and all that kind of stuff like you do with ionic compounds. So covalent compounds are really, really easy to name. That's it. If you have questions, find me in class. I'll see you then. Have a good one. Bye-bye.